Saturday afternoon, where would you rather be than listening to the boys of the Saturday Rub? We've got Wayne Carey sitting there very happily. We've got Damo just speaking to the CEO, and that was nice. We got Bristol's shoes off
and
as normal, and then we got Willis looking at the form guide.
Let's not forget the biggest guest ever.
Still to come.
Still to come.
All right, we got the quiz still to come. We've got Michael Voss, one of my all-time favourite footballers, still to come. Love the way he went about it. So there's a big show coming up, and Damo's got his own segment, by the way. That's coming up too.
A little surprise for you that
one. He created his own segment.
He has.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
I'm tiring of you guys, and you'll get a feel for that in about 20 minutes.
If you want a nap,
your own sticker.
If you want to have a little nap, just lie down on the couch, and Damo will put you to sleep. Now. I've been listening to podcasts because a lot of podcasts out there, Brian.
Good ones.
Speaking of going
a lot
to
of good
sleep.
ones.
And Corey McKernan, your great mate, Corey McKernan.
Great Corey McKernan.
Yeah,
he puts together a podcast.
Yeah,
and it's
I actually
called,
spoke to him.
Well, he does it.
Yeah, it's called McKernan Interviews. Wow. Mate, you got to get onto it.
They're very good, Bill. They're very good.
Last week, our man, old Fluffy Duck over here, was on, and we've got some audio of it, and just have a listen, because fair to say, Duck struggled through the interview.
But that's what that and if I remember was but it all turned out in the end without and on the captain of
Duck. There's a little bit of unfair.
Who's there?
So you've just chopped that up. Well, I've probably said that once, and you've replayed it.
No. That's all throughout the interview.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
And Jim.
Bill.
Yeah. And last night, Brian, you wouldn't believe it, the McKernan interviews turned to this man here, the great man.
No doubt. We needed a spike in rating. He needed a bit of uplift.
And I thought it was Dermot, to be honest.
Not the eyes.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyes in here. Fair to say, Jim, you are very happy with yourself.
Yeah, I never minded what anyone said, and I get the feelings when eventually I was just like, I was lucky, I guess. I had a pretty strong media platform. What I found funny, I said publicly, I remember I thought to myself, and I'm like, what? That was my thinking.
Oh, Dermot, Rachel. Dermot.
I can only answer the question. And Bill, now that I'm not the chairman of the club, I can't speak on behalf of the club. I can only speak on behalf of myself. That's what you do. Very good podcast.
No,
I went for an hour.
He asked the hard questions, Bill, didn't he? He asked the hard questions.
Very hard questions.
Including the one that caused a lot of tension in this box when Brian Taylor took the money from 3AW and left Triple M, Jim. And Corey hit you up in true journalistic fashion about the carnage that caused in the Triple M box.
Now, JB, you're a nobody when you first started at Triple M footy. How nervous were you when you met Brian Taylor for the first time?
It's such a long story, but I'll cut the bit you're talking about short. My knees started involuntarily shaking and had no clue, no idea. I look back at Causa and I don't have any problem with that.
So, you were obviously in awe of Big BT. What was he like?
Mate, if you ask him, he doesn't give a stuff. He was a victim of being in the wrong era.
What about when he defected to 3AW for the cash?
I can't remember what I actually said, but all I remember was being a bit filthy, Causa.
What did the other boys think at the time? Spud, Lone Wolf, Purple? You guys went out to a bar to commiserate his departure, didn't you?
Those three blokes were incredible. The 3,500, 4,000 people there, Causa, were looking for blood. You know, like I remember walking in there and the tension in that room and the anger in that room and the frustration and the disappointment, and people in there were savage. So when we said we're staying, all 3,500 of them suddenly went from being the angriest group of people alive to the most ecstatic group of people alive.
That it
might have been unfairly edited, Jim.
Can
I say one thing out of that?
Corey's like Ray Martin.
Corey certainly had those questions written down.
He was reading them, wasn't he, Brian? I tell you what, it's an hour. How did you do an hour interview? Because you cannot do a 10-minute interview.
I just sat and spoke to him. It was actually very, very nice.
Yeah, well,
He's a good man.
He's a good bloke.
It was, and I did it as well.
Get paid?
Well, it's the check's in the mail. Yeah.
No. And I can safely say to you, Bristol, you weren't brought up at all. So, I don't know where any of that came from, because that was never spoken about.
No, it's fair to say, Jim, I think it was a true Triple M edit on all of those three grabs, so that's very good.
Yeah.
But he's a very good man, Corey McKernan, and was a very good footballer.
He was.
Should have won the Brownlow.
What a lot of people don't realize. His best, Corey's best, was as good as anyone I've ever seen. And talk about change. Corey could actually get 30 possessions and kick 3 or 4 goals. I mean, he was an unbelievable
Was
footballer.
he as good as you, Duck, at his
No.
So, Duck, just on that.
Well, let's be honest. I got the best player playing on me, and he just floated over the top every now and then.
If he was so good,
but he was very good.
If he was so good, then, I reckon he was good, but he almost won the Brownlow.
Yep.
Well,
he did win it.
Should have.
He did win it.
He did win it.
He won it.
With James Hurd and Michael Voss. Same
Wayne Swass won a couple of best and fairest.
Yeah.
It's all in your time.
When I was injured.
Well, why?
And suspended.
Why did you win those best and fairest and that Brownlow?
Well, I don't know whether you know this, BT.
You abused
You know
umpires.
the MVP, which was voted by the players.
Yeah.
I came first or second 8 years in a row.
The voting thing there.
First or second 8 years in a row.
The voting organisation is doubtful.
Oh, he's up.
Hang on. Just
He's
because-
up. Look,
He's standing.
Hello.
Unlike you, BT, I was obviously popular.
I was deputy vice.
Not,
How did you nearly win a Brownlow?
Came
93.
equal third.
In 93, you polled in
third.
10 games,
I
or
can't
9
equal
single
third.
votes.
I played, and you know what? And I look back at
You
that.
abused
And I
umpires.
don't look back at that, and I'm not bitter at all. But I look back at a game where I think I kicked 5 and had 30 disposals at centre forward, and the umpires gave Kingy 3 votes.
Tim McGrath.
Hello.
And Kingy was off the half-back flank with a 20-foot leg rope.
I kicked 12 and never got a vote.
Well, that's fair enough. You probably had 12 kicks.
Did you abuse
I
umpires?
did, but you got to get them.
Did you abuse umpires too much, Duck?
Yes.
Look, I'm happy to be in the category along with the great Lee Matthews and Gary Ablett and Jason Dunstall.
Oh, so hang on a minute. You're putting yourself
Lee,
in
yeah, I am.
their category.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Others do.
Did I hear that right?
Oh,
Hang on, he's up again.
Duck's just putting himself in the all-time
I
great
heard
category.
it. I heard it. I heard it.
Hey,
Shut up, Phil.
4 best and fairest.